Everything is auspicious, Esso proclaimed in Banu. The gathered merchantman crew turned their attention towards the elderly Banu standing behind a table with an ornate lockbox in the centre. As the crowd eagerly pressed in closer, Jacqueline, the only human in attendance, remained against the back wall. With Nyo's typical speaking volume being just shy of yelling, she could hear fine from back there and was too nervous to even glance at the lockbox, knowing that her fate waited inside. Joy is abundant with me today because all of you are here to celebrate my divestment. With Cass's blessing, I have reached 275 million beats. Esso Nyo continued to rapturous applause. Though Jacqueline spoke decent Banu, her mind still translated everything into UEE standard, which often left her a moment behind other Suli members. I've gained much during that time and have squandered more than I care to admit. Still, I'm proud that this Suli is one of rewarding work, delectable meals, exciting journeys, and so much more. If you are here with me today, know that I have valued you. All of you have enriched my life, and I hope you can say the same about me. Jacqueline sure could. She looked up and briefly locked eyes with Esso Nyo. They had first met at a refugee camp in Haron. Nyo had contracted with a UEE non-profit to manufacture and distribute its foodstuffs as free rations to those displaced by the Civil War. Jacqueline, her parents, and younger siblings had fled to the camp when their hometown had become a battleground. With nothing to do and sick of feeling helpless, Jacqueline offered to lend a hand distributing the provisions. Nyo accepted, not because they needed the help, but because they wanted to help her. Despite being a welcome distraction, Jacqueline couldn't stop worrying about what the future held for her family. Esso Nyo consoled Jacqueline, listened to her concerns, and offered to pay her to taste test new flavour combinations for human foodstuff. When Jacqueline joked that their Suli could use a full-time human food tester, Nyo offered her a contract on the spot. As much as Jacqueline wished she could accept, she wasn't willing to leave her family unless the salary was enough to get them out of the camp. After thinking for a moment, Nyo mentioned there was another way she could fill that role and help her family. Following lengthy discussions with Esso Nyo and her family, Jacqueline signed a contract making herself indentured. She would work for their Suli for a specific number of beats and, in exchange, her family would be paid enough credits up front to flee Haron. On the fateful day Jacqueline left her family and Haron 3 for the first time in her life, Esso Nyo invited her to ride in their beloved Defender to Kins. Only later did she learn that, outside of Nyo and their personal pilot, very few Suli members had ever been allowed aboard. Still, short excursions together in the Defender became their tradition. Jacqueline would talk honestly about the Suli's current human food options, and Esso Nyo taught her the secret to negotiating a fair but profitable contract. One day, Jacqueline asked Esso Nyo about a clock in their office that counted up. That's when she learned about Divestment, a ceremony celebrating a Banu reaching 275 million beats, or just shy of 44 standard Earth years, with a beat being equal to 5 seconds. Divesting Banu retire to enjoy their final beats as they see fit. At the divestment ceremony, they gift most of their possessions to family and friends, with Esso Sulis traditionally bestowing the bulk of their belongings to the Banu who they want to take over the Suli. While Suli members can decide whether they want to stay, those indentured to the Suli do not. Their fate rests with the new Esso Suli, who could keep their contract or sell it. Esso Nyo picked up the lockbox and briefly considered it, then began gracefully rotating it while subtly tapping sections in a specific sequence. Within this lies my life's work. This Suli is what made my beats meaningful. Building it brought me great pride, but most importantly, it brought me a community to share its success with. The lockbox opened, revealing a chip containing the Suli's most important recipes. Esso Nyo took it in their hands. That's why, even though I must go, I hope this Suli reforms in a similar way. Because while we've made delectable food here, we've done more than that. We've created a community that deeply cares for each other and those pulled into our orbit. I know this Suli can continue to spread more good through the universe. That's why I hope Malga will accept the command of this merchantman and all responsibilities therein. The room erupted in celebration. Jacqueline braced herself against the wall from the sound and fought off a dizzy spell as all the blood fell to her feet. When she joined the Suli, Most members welcomed her warmly, but some clearly resented her unique relationship with Esosuli Nyo, including Malga. Now her future lay in their hands, as the Suli would clearly reform around them. Malga was well liked and the logical choice, but Jacqueline had also once overheard them remind a friend that a contract for a human indentured would sell lightning fast. Jacqueline slunk towards an exit as Nyo proceeded with gifting more of their possessions. "And how could I ever forget Jacqueline?" Esosuli Nyo bellowed from behind the table, stopping her dead in her tracks. "Your honesty and insight have brought us all so much. Teaching you was a great joy, but learning from you was even better. Because of those cherished beats, I give to you my defender." For a second, Jacqueline thought the room might have depressurized because it fell deadly quiet. Never before had she experienced such silence while surrounded by Banu. Esosuli Nyo smiled warmly at her and continued, "Though I want nothing more than for the Suli to stay together, I know some will be called to leave by Ternin. Jacqueline, I can't say if Ternin calls you, but you deserve the right to find out for yourself. That's why I am also paying the balance of your indentured contract and giving you just enough wealth to start a journey. The rest I expect you to earn on your own." The crowd cheered and surrounded Jacqueline to congratulate her good fortune. Completely overwhelmed, there were no words to capture how she felt. Much like Esosuli Nyo, Jacqueline's life had just changed. Her future once again was unknown, and it both terrified and excited her.
We haven't got an outro yet, Zin, for NordVPN for this month.
Mm-hmm.
So you should... Oh, what's that? It's 2025. I don't want someone stealing my keyboard, and neither do you. Also, you can click the links below to get NordVPN. Everyone can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we decided on a ship giveaway?
Yes, we're giving away a Mirai Guardian.
Ooh.
Yes. Ooh, that's exciting. A single-seater, powerful, heavy fighter. I do think the QI variant's better, but maybe you can upgrade it.
We're not
We're not giving away that one. Also, CIG have given this one. They've gone, you want a ship for a giveaway? You can give that one away. I've gone, cool, I'll have that. Well, I'll give it away. Also, click the join button under my videos to help support the channel further. Like, share, subscribe, do all that sort of jazz. Thanks for watching. Happy 2025. Happy New Year. Click the links, join the buttons, comment and subscribes, and all the other things.